effect on your chest. The dreams that unsettled your sleep, that inexplicable sensation tightening around your heart. You were 100% right. That inner voice, insistently alerting you about a specific person in your life, was not paranoia. It was not merely your imagination running wild with fear. It was the deep, resonant voice of your own higher consciousness, the God within you, speaking through the veil of your senses. Now, in this moment, your instincts are being validated. The suspicion you could not shake was a divine signal. There is a presence in your world trying to deceive you, and this realization is the awakening you needed to protect your peace, your purpose, and your destiny. You did not stumble upon this recording by accident. In the great bridge of incidents that makes up your life, this encounter was appointed by your own I Am before you even rose from your bed today. Something has been trying to reach you, through whispers, through silence, through a restlessness you could not dismiss. This is not a cause for fear. It is a cause for clarity. It is your own wonderful human imagination, the true God, protecting its temple. Before we dismantle the illusion of this deception, we must first secure the foundation upon which you stand. If you are to navigate these spiritual waters and reclaim your authority over your reality, you need a map. I've prepared a guide for you, The 3 Keys to a Prosperous Life. This is not just a book, it is a trilogy designed to help you awaken to who you really are, to heal the invisible blocks that allow such deception to enter your world, and to expand with stability. It is about learning to receive, sustain, and multiply your good without guilt. Whether you prefer to read the ebook or listen to the audiobook, this resource is your companion in stabilizing your state of consciousness. You will find the link in the pinned comment and description below. If you feel called to deepen your understanding, I invite you to explore it, perhaps while the limited time offer remains. Now, return to this feeling in your gut. Scripture tells us, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God." To try a spirit is to test a state of consciousness. You were right. That discomfort in your heart, that heaviness you could not push away, was your inner being rejecting a state that does not belong in your kingdom. This person, the one currently in your mind's eye, yes, that specific individual, is not who they appear to be on the surface. Their intentions are not rooted in the unity of love. They speak of peace, but their state of consciousness seeks control. They approach you not to elevate your spirit, but to feed upon your light. Understand, in the world of Caesar, people play the roles we assign them, often unconsciously. But when a person enters your sphere with a spirit of manipulation, it is a signal that you have left a door open in your own mind. A door of doubt, or a need for external validation. They want access to your peace because they lack their own. They want to divert your destiny because they are adrift. But the defender of your soul, your own imagination, says, "Enough." Not because you are weak, but because you are precious. The gold of your attention is too valuable to be spent on those who would squander it. This is a divine test, and the outcome depends entirely on your reaction. If you withdraw your attention now, if you starve this dynamic of your emotional energy, you will walk into freedom. You will enter a new season of victory and healing. But if you ignore the signs again, if you try to force a connection where there is no spiritual alignment, the price will be your own peace of mind. You must understand that not every connection is a blessing. Some are reflections of your old self, arriving to see if you have truly changed. Some are distractions dressed in charm. Some look like love, but carry the spirit of sabotage. Consider this, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. This person you suspect, whose smile does not quite reach their eyes, whose presence leaves a residue on your soul. They have already begun to move in the shadows. They seem friendly, but their loyalty is fractured. They may speak well of you in the light, but in the privacy of their own minds, and perhaps behind closed doors, their thoughts twist with falsehood. They study your words, not to bless you, but to find a chink in your armor. This is what many call spiritual warfare, but I tell you, it is a psychological drama projected onto the screen of space. Their charm is a tactic. Their flattery is a weapon. You may not see it with your physical eyes, but in the realm of thought, the betrayal has already occurred. But here is the secret they do not know. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper. Why? Because the weapon is formed in the outer world, but your power resides in the inner world. If you do not accept their projection, if you do not react with fear, their weapon turns to dust. If this message is resonating with your spirit, if you feel the truth of it settling in your bones, take a moment to click the like button. It signals to the algorithm, and more importantly to your own subconscious, that you are ready to receive the truth that protects. Their plans are known to the deeper you. The high self has seen their hearts and found them empty of truth. This was never a blessing. It was a test of your discernment. And now, chosen one, that test is almost at an end. That strange dream you had was not random. The tension in your spirit during that conversation was not your imagination playing tricks. It was your imagination revealing the truth. That emotional heaviness was your spirit resisting the darkness of their state. Danger rarely announces itself with a shout. It speaks softly. It hides behind good intentions and familiar faces. But the God who formed you also equipped you. That feeling in your stomach is discernment sharpened by the silence of your own meditation. This person carries a spirit of manipulation. They have learned to mirror emotions, to mimic empathy, to wear the mask of innocence. But do not be fooled. Their goal is access. They want proximity, not for connection, but for control. They seek your vulnerabilities, not to support you, but to keep you in a state of dependence. But the Lord of hosts, which is your own disciplined attention, has appointed angels for your defense. These angels are your noble thoughts, your high ideals, your unwavering faith in your own I am. The atmosphere around you is being reinforced. This message is not just a warning, it is a door to liberation. Because when you cut the tie in your mind, the outer world must respond. You will feel lighter. The confusion will vanish. The fog was not natural. It was the smoke of a battle you were fighting in your sleep. But when you obey your intuition, the smoke clears. You have been generous with your heart, perhaps too generous. You extended grace where you should have built a wall of fire. You mistook loyalty for wisdom. You forgave those who had no intention of changing. But the inner voice says, enough. This is not cruelty. This is spiritual maturity. You are not weak for walking away. You are awake. You are walking in truth. And truth always costs something. It costs you your illusions, but it buys you your freedom. Let there be no confusion. This person is incompatible with your next chapter. If you had not received this impulse, this knowing, they would have tainted what you are about to build. But now, a way of escape is being made. Not with noise, not with confrontation, but with divine precision. They will drift away, confused by your lack of reaction. They will feel the shift in your energy. Your silence will be your sword. Your distance will be your shield. Recall the story of Haman in the book of Esther. He built gallows for the righteous Mordecai, but in the end, he fell into the very trap he set. So it is with those who plot in secret against the awakened soul. The law of consciousness is precise. What they wish for you, they are actually affirming for themselves. This is not a moment for second chances. This is a moment for alignment. The battle is real, but the victory is already secured in your imagination. You have survived enough storms. You have shed enough silent tears. You are now being released into a new realm of clarity. Move in silence. Trust your discernment. Guard what is holy. The trap is breaking. The disguise is torn. And your deliverance is now. And ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. This is the truth. They almost had you. That is the reality. The trap was set with precision, disguised as friendship, wrapped in false loyalty. But the intervention came not with thunder, but with clarity. And clarity is how the God within rescues his chosen. You carry something sacred, not just talent, but an anointing, a mantle of purpose. And what is in you attracts both favor and opposition. When the opposing force saw your rise, it planted a counterfeit in your path. Someone who came smiling, but whose hands were never clean. And now the mask begins to crack. The exposure is not just of the he, but of the she, the dynamic behind the scenes. Perhaps there is a feminine influence, a whisperer, a source of gossip or envy that fueled this deception. The woman behind the curtain, metaphorically or literally, who fed the pride and plotted the fall. She whispered, "You can control them, just stay close," and he believed her. But they both underestimated one thing: your discernment, sharpened by divine fire. You felt it, that strange shift in the atmosphere, the dream that wouldn't leave you, the way your body tensed when they entered the room. That was not paranoia, that was spiritual protection. You have been given eyes that see through masks, and now the confirmation is here. They are not innocent. Their loyalty was borrowed, and their kindness was a calculated tool. But the moment your spirit began to awaken, their dominion began to wane. Whatever you do, do not react in anger. Do not confront them on their level. If you fight on the outside, you become entangled in their state. Instead, go within, revise the relationship. See them as powerless, see them as removed. See them fading from your reality like a mist in the morning sun. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. That is your task now. Guard the holy space of your purpose. Yes, it hurts. Betrayal always stings. Even the master was kissed by Judas. But do not mistake your pain for defeat. This is the breaking of a false covenant and the beginning of your true ascension. Their exposure may be quiet at first, but you will see it. Their energy will shift. Their access will vanish. Doors will close on their schemes, and confusion will rise in their camp. What they tried to bury will bloom. What they hoped to break will rise. The very lies they told about you will become stepping stones under your feet. For the law is not mocked. What they sowed in secret, they shall reap. Their time in your story has expired. If you are ready to let them go and step into your true power, comment below. I trust my discernment. Let this be your declaration of independence from the deception. Now that you have mentally drawn that line in the sand, feel the weight lifting from your shoulders. It is a peculiar sensation, is it not? A mix of grief and sudden expansive freedom. You are no longer holding up the facade for them. You are no longer feeding their state with your attention. By withdrawing your reaction, you have starved the beast. And as you stand in this new silence, you begin to understand the mechanics of what just happened. You see the he and the she not as monsters, but as actors who have played their part perfectly to awaken you from a slumber you did not know you were in. Consider the dynamic of the whisperer you sensed. In the great psychological drama of Scripture, there is always a Delilah to every Samson. This is not about gender, it is about the principles of the mind. Samson represents your strength, your spiritual power, your raw creative energy. Delilah represents the emotion that seduces that strength into sleep. In your outer world, this manifested as a person. Perhaps that woman in the shadows, the one who fueled the betrayal, the one who whispered insecurities into the ear of the one you trusted. She represents the state of lack that seeks to bind the state of power. She saw your light, and because she could not generate it from within her own imagination, she sought to control it or destroy it through the agency of another. But why did this appear in your reality? This is the hard question, the one only the chosen ones are brave enough to ask. It appeared because there was a part of you, deep in the subconscious, that still believed you needed external validation. You believed you needed their loyalty to feel secure, and so The law, which is always faithful, projected that need outwards and showed you the fragility of human loyalty. It showed you that any power you give to another is power you have stolen from God within. The betrayal was necessary to break your dependency on the shadows. It was the only way to turn your face back toward the source. And yet, the path to fully integrating this realization, to moving from the pain of betrayal into the stability of the wish fulfilled, requires a map. You need to understand how to operate your own consciousness so that you never again invite these shadows into your inner sanctum. There is a way to stabilize this power, a method to ensure that as you rise, you do not fall again. I have laid out this exact map in The 3 Keys to a Prosperous Life. This is not just another book. It is a trilogy designed specifically for those who feel the call but struggle to hold the state. It is the practical guide to awakening who you really are, healing these invisible blocks and expanding with stability. You must learn to receive, sustain, and multiply your good without the guilt that these false friends tried to place upon you. If you are ready to stop the cycle of rising and falling, I invite you to explore this work. You can find the link to the ebook and audiobook in the pinned comment and description below. It is there for those ready to walk the path of mastery. Now let us return to this breaking of the mask. You have seen the she and the he for what they are, but do not hate them. I tell you this with the utmost seriousness. Hate is a glue. If you hate them, you tie them to your waist. You carry them into your future. You must see them as dead wood, pruned from the tree of your life so that new branches may bear fruit. Think of the story of Judas. In the eyes of the world, Judas is the ultimate villain. But to the mystic, to the one who knows the law, Judas is the revealer. He is the one who forces the issue. Without the kiss of betrayal, there is no crucifixion of the old self. And without the crucifixion, there is no resurrection. These people in your life, these friends who turned, they are your Judas. They have kissed you, and in doing so, they have identified you as the one ready to ascend. They have handed you over to the authorities, meaning they have forced you to face the facts of life, to face the rigid structures of the world, so that you may transcend them. They thought they were burying you. They whispered in corners. They plotted in secret, thinking they could dismantle your reputation or your spirit. But they do not know the spiritual physics at play. They tried to bury you, but they did not know you were a seed. The pressure they applied was exactly the pressure needed to crack the shell of your old limitations. You were too comfortable, perhaps. You were playing too small. You were trying to fit your infinite mantle into their finite room. And so, the law, in its mercy, used their envy to push you out. This is the intervention of Archangel Michael, not a man with wings, but the principle of who is like God. It is the fiery quality of discernment in your own mind that cuts the cord. When you felt that tension in the room, that was Michael standing at the gate of your consciousness, holding the sword of truth. That sword divides. It separates the wheat from the chaff. It separates the true you from the false relationships. Do not mourn the separation. The sword has cut you free from a sinking ship. You mentioned the mantle. Let us speak of this. The chosen one often carries a sense of purpose that others find irritating. It's not because you are arrogant. It's because your very presence reminds them of what they have forgotten in themselves. Your light irritates their demons. The she who whispered against you, she did not hate you. She hated the mirror you held up. Your sincerity exposed her duplicity without you saying a word. Your progress exposed her stagnation. And so she had to construct a narrative, a lie, to protect her own fragile state. She enlisted the he because misery loves company and fear seeks consensus. But here is the secret. Their opinion of you has no creative power unless you accept it. The moment you stop caring what they say, their words turn to ash. They fall to the ground, powerless. You must reach a state of indifference, not the indifference of cynicism, but the divine indifference of one who knows who they are. When you know you are the operant power, the gossip of shadows means nothing to you. However, we must address the lingering sting. The memory of the betrayal can act like a dragon, breathing fire into your present moment, keeping you in a state of defensiveness. You might find yourself having imaginary arguments with them in the shower, or while you drive. You rehearse what you would say to expose them. Stop this immediately. This is the trap. Every time you argue with them mentally, you are resurrecting them. You are giving them your life blood. You are keeping the she and the he alive in your world. You must use the pruning shears of revision. This is the weapon of the chosen. Go back in your mind to the moment you realized their treachery. But this time, do not react with shock. Do not react with hurt. Rewrite the scene. See them simply fading away. Hear the news of their departure not with pain, but with relief. Imagine a scene where a mutual friend tells you they have moved on, they are gone, and feel the immense peace of that news. Or better yet, revise the foundation of the relationship entirely. See them as having been instrumental in your growth. And now their contract is up. Release them. Say to them in your imagination, I forgive you, for you knew not what you were doing. You were asleep. I am awake. Go in peace. When you do this, you break the energetic link. You will find that suddenly you stop thinking about them. The obsession dies, and when the obsession dies, the outer reflection must wither. They will lose interest in you. The gossip will stop because there is no energy feeding it. They will turn on each other, for that is the nature of the false state. It eventually consumes itself. You do not need to lift a finger. You only need to lift your attention. Now look at the space they have left behind. Nature abhors a vacuum. When these false friends leave, there is a silence. It might feel lonely at first. Do not rush to fill it with just anyone. This is a sacred pause. This is the Sabbath. It is a time to rest in the conviction that your new tribe is gathering. By law, as you rise in consciousness, you must attract those who resonate with your new level. The old vessels could not hold your new wine. They would have burst. That is why they had to go. You are being prepared for a higher caliber of connection. This feminine influence, the whisperer who orchestrated the fall, understand that she is also a part of you that you are transcending. She represents the accuser of the brethren. In the book of Revelation, the accuser is cast down. This means the inner voice that doubts, that compares, that seeks validation through manipulation is being cast out of your own mind. By seeing it in her, you have identified it. Now, cast it out of yourself. Affirm, I need no manipulation to get what is mine. My own wonderful human imagination creates my reality. I do not need to whisper, I only need to decree. As you stand in this new clarity, you will notice the bridge of incidents shifting. The bridge of incidents is the series of events that leads you to your desire. Sometimes the bridge looks like a disaster. It looks like a breakup, a firing, a betrayal. But if you could see the end, you would see that this was the shortcut. They had to be removed so you could be positioned. Perhaps they were blocking a door that needs to open. Perhaps their negative energy was repelling the blessing that is trying to reach you. Do not judge the bridge. Walk across it. Your only job is to keep your eyes on the end. What is the end? It is you, standing in your full power, surrounded by genuine love, doing the work you were called to do, with no fear of sabotage. Feel that reality. What does it feel like to be completely trusted and to trust completely? What does it feel like to have a circle that celebrates you, not tolerates you? Catch that mood. Wear that mood like a new garment. If you wear that garment of accepted and respected, the world must reshape itself to fit it. You will meet new people. You will find that strangers treat you with a sudden, inexplicable kindness. This is the law testifying to your change of state. The he and the she were shadows of your past insecurity. The new people will be reflections of your new security, but you must remain vigilant. Watch and pray. This means Watch your reactions and keep your mind on the wish fulfilled. Do not let the dragon of resentment pull you back into the pit. If you hear news of their continued plotting, smile. Acknowledge it as a dead echo. It cannot touch you unless you come down to its level. Rise higher. The eagle does not fight the snake on the ground. It picks the snake up and takes it into the sky, where the snake has no stamina, no balance, and no power. Take your problem into the high altitude of your imagination, and it will suffocate. You are entering a season of restoration. The locusts, the years, and the energy that these people ate will be restored to you. That is the promise. But the restoration comes through your imagination. You must imagine that you have lost nothing. You must imagine that you are richer for the experience. You have gained wisdom. You have gained discernment. You have gained the knowledge of your own strength. Remember, the chosen one is simply the one who has chosen themselves. God, your imagination, chose to wake up in you. And because you are waking up, the sleepers will be uncomfortable. Let them toss and turn. Let them murmur. You have work to do. You have a temple to build, and that temple is your own consciousness. Do not be surprised if in the coming days you receive an apology, or perhaps a sudden attempt at reconnection. This is a common test. When you withdraw your energy, they feel the cold. They may try to come back to warm themselves by your fire. They may come with the same old smiles, the same old masks. This is where your discernment must be sharper than a razor. Do not fall for the words. Look at the state. Have they changed their state of consciousness? Or are they just lonely for their fuel? If they have not changed, you must maintain the boundary. You can forgive them in your heart. You can wish them well, but you do not invite the thief back into the treasury. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine. This is not an insult to them, it is a protection for you. Your peace is the pearl, your vision is the holy thing. Guard it. The woman behind the curtain dynamic may try to manifest again in a different form if you are not careful. She represents the seduction of the senses. The world will try to tell you, look at the facts, look at what they did. Look at the injustice. The senses are always whispering, trying to get you to react to the outer world. You must be like the wise king who listens to his counselors but makes his own decision. Listen to the senses, acknowledge the facts, but make your decision based on your imagination. I see the betrayal, but I decree loyalty. I see the loss, but I assume abundance. This is how you win the spiritual battle. You do not fight flesh and blood. You fight the principalities of your own mind, the fixed beliefs that say you are a victim. You are not a victim. You are the writer of the play. You wrote a twist in the second act to add tension, to develop the character, to reveal the hidden strength. Now write the resolution. As you walk forward, notice the signs of the shift. You will feel lighter physically. Your dreams will change. From dreams of being chased or fighting to dreams of flying, of teaching, of building. These are messages from the deep self. The storm has passed. The debris is being cleared. The foundation is revealed, and it is solid rock. And what of them? What is their fate? Leave that to the law. The law is impersonal. It gives to every man according to his work, that is, according to his state. If they remain in the state of deceit, they will attract deceit. They will betray each other. It is inevitable. You do not need to wish it upon them. It is the seed they are carrying. But if you wish them harm, you enter their state. Wish them clarity. Wish them the light. For if they find the light, they will stop acting in darkness. That is the highest form of prayer, to imagine the best for your enemy, thereby transforming them or removing them from your world completely. So, dry your eyes. The time for mourning the dead friendship is over. The time for celebrating the new liberty is here. You have been tested, and you have been found faithful. You did not crumble. You did not become like them. You kept your heart, and because you kept your heart, you have kept the kingdom. There is a rhythm to this awakening. Contraction and expansion. You have just gone through a contraction, a squeezing. Now comes the expansion. Be ready for it. Open your imagination to new possibilities that were impossible while those people were taking up space. What would you do if you were completely supported? What would you create if you knew no one was whispering behind your back? Start doing that now. Do it in your mind first. Walk in that feeling. The she who whispered is silenced by your confidence. The he who betrayed is rendered powerless by your non-reaction. You are the operative power. You are the I am. And as you walk in this truth, thousands will fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Why? Because you are dwelling in the secret place of the Most High, your own wonderful human imagination. Stay in this state. Do not visit the old state, not even for a moment. If the memory comes, say, "That is an old garment. I no longer wear it." And keep walking. The road ahead is paved with the gold of your own refined consciousness. Consider the silence that follows the storm. In the Bible, after the great battles, there is often a period where the land had rest. Your land, your mind, is entering that rest. Do not be afraid of the quiet. In the quiet, the voice of the true messenger can be heard. Not the whisperer of envy, but the whisperer of destiny. The still, small voice. It speaks of your greatness. It speaks of a future that is not defined,